He's been a monster, really.
Portuguese Pain Train, describing Raziel, has a nice ring to it, but like Sigma is his own special. He's a Canadian. I don't know what's a good pain train that starts with the letter C, but you get the idea. Sigma is not only 3-0, as you can see, but we were just discussing before the race Vant. Sigma's faced some tough opponents. He started with Wilson, who's not as experienced at Randomizer, but he's ridiculous at the game. Then he faced Mad Insane. Then he faced Raziel. So he's faced very tough opponents and come out victorious every time. Dedew, for his part, has had a slightly easier schedule, but he's still faced Rory, who's very, very difficult.
Yeah, and I think Dedew definitely has a shot to win this, and it will largely depend on how the seed progresses. I think the more linear and more straightforward the seed is, that's going to be like a big advantage for Sigma. But if Dedew can get just 1 or 2 plays early on when the seed is more open-ended, that gets him a skill advantage, that could be enough to take it. But, we'll see what the randomizer provides or doesn't provide for us shortly here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the sort of thing where, if you had to bet money, you'd probably bet that Sigma would win, only because he's Sigma. I mean, as we've described, he literally created the randomizer, although, by Sigma's own admission, his advantage in this tournament is not as much as it would have been last year. Like last year, if I recall correctly, Sigma actually intentionally didn't enter the singles tournament because he thought it wouldn't be fair given his knowledge advantage, right?
Yeah, well, also, I guess also unfair because of how stinking good he is at Ori and the Blind Forest in general. So, yeah. Why did he have to enter this tournament too?
So it's like he's still terrifying, but unsurprisingly, in the years since then, and the fact that people have been grinding for this tournament, other people have pretty much, if not caught up, pretty much caught up in terms of a lot of the knowledge. Anyway, go ahead.
Off,
Yes, we were both just so excited. Had to talk.
So as usual, we got to ask the question: what's going to be the first pickup? Wait, hang on. Did Dedew just skip the first pickup?
Did he really?
Yeah, he did. I wonder if he got into autopilot mode, all skills, but yeah, did not pick up that keystone right there. Interesting.
Well, it's kind of good. I mean, it wasn't dash, so it's not gonna give Sigma a time advantage, and Dedew will still be able to check it. He's just gonna have to take a quick detour down there. Dedew also paused after the Rhino died to grab some early experience. It takes 1 or 2 seconds or something. It can be nice because going to Blackroot early is pretty common, and getting that XP makes it more likely that you have the level to skip the cutscene.
On the off chance that Dedew chose to skip that pickup intentionally instead of forgetting about it, well, he's not going to get too far because that was a second keystone for Sigma there, the second pickup. So Dedew's probably going to need to pick that up to head into the glade, or further into the glades area.
Yeah, as it turns out, 1 with another 1 added onto it equals 2, and 2.
Okay, there it is. All right.
Yeah, so just a bit of an oversight for Dedew, but he did remember. If he hadn't, it would have been more of an annoying time loss. That's pretty minor though in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, and there's another keystone already. So 3 keystones. Can we go for 4, Grim?
I'm calling it the 14 keystone start. Every single pickup between here and wall jump is a keystone, and it's going to soft lock.
Well, we got 3 keystones and a map stone. Now on your left, Sigma going to go check the fake flippers pickup, but unfortunately dies before managing to pick it up. So, and it's the Gumon seal. So not going to worry about it now, but going to just place that in the back of the mind for later. And if the forlorn play actually seems like a play, it can go grab that very quickly.
Yeah, what's up next? That's 2 map stones so far. Having 1 in your inventory as you're making this wall jump loop is valuable because it means you can get this map alter and not have to backtrack to it later. Having 2 is, twice as good as having 1, I suppose.
Yeah, so if we get wall interaction and the next play after this is just head right into BRB, we'll also be able to check that map stone down there. Ooh, charge flame. So early access to plants, early access to the charge flame tree itself, and wall jump right next to it, Grim.
I was literally about to ask, charge flame by itself doesn't open up much. It almost gets access to charge flame tree. Nope, there's wall jump. So with that in mind, once these guys, I'm sure they'll both, finish up this wall jump area as usual, taking out all the pickups surrounding the purple spinners here. After that, there will be an option to either go to Blackroot first or to go to charge flame first. Do you think either one is objectively the better call?
I don't think so, because right now both of them are pretty much dead ends. That, I mean, you could speed up charge flame a little bit more than you can BRB, like if you get like dash or charge jump or something. But no, really, you're gonna be progressing to the dash tree or to the charge flame tree, and then either altaring out of there or continuing on to Raziel No. So yeah, both of them just gonna end probably in the same amount of time. So extra double jump for both runners. It's gonna be nice if we ever find double jump.
By the way, that was kind of amusing on the fall down. Sigma used a well-timed charge flame to take out everything around him in that elbow. Dedew got the all skills level up and just took out all the bottom brambles, so that's a funny coincidence.
Yeah. Let's see, will the wall jump provide? It does with the Grove teleporter. So I think, with the Grove teleporter unlocked, I'd now rather use that teleporter to get to the charge flame tree and like just get BRB out of the way now. And we'll see what they opt to do.
I'd probably do the same. There's also Spirit Caverns on the table. Both Dedew and Sigma at 2 keystones, although they might... Spirit Caverns is a dense area and everything, but it still costs you 2 keystones. And those are 2 keystones you can save. We already see a split, though. Sigma going to Blackroot, Dedew is going back off to the left, probably to make it to Charge Flame.
Yeah, definitely. And having that Grove teleporter, he may do Spirit Caverns first. Okay, because Spirit Caverns now is basically a dead end. You're going to go there, get your pickups, and then not waste the 4 keystones to open the door because you can already get past that. Dedew picks up an energy cell, very nice.
It's kind of amusing because Dedew paused for a minute to refill energy in order to break this plant and got 2 energy cells.
That's pretty nice.
Well, it's interesting because there's kind of several different options on that table. We already talked about the Blackroot versus Charge Flame split. There's also the option to go to Spirit Caverns. If the 4th energy shell shows up, that potentially opens up the Death Gauntlet. And there's the Grove teleporter, which opens up both a few pickups in Valley Entrance and the Spider Sack area.
Yeah, and look at this. Dedew is immediately going to go put that 4 energy in. And having 3 HP, no dash, no other safeties, I wouldn't be surprised to see him altar out after putting it in. Go refill his energy, and then he doesn't have to go do Death Gauntlet right now. He could just go into BRB, and after he's done, altar out and head through the Death Gauntlet. But we'll see what he opts to do.
It's hard to say. It's not common in like any randomizer seed that you have quite this many kind of nodes in your internal graph of what's in logic right now. But there's a ton of things available, and they're pretty much all in logic. It's pretty common for players to use Mega Energy to open that door, but that's not the case here. Looks like Dedew is going to skip Blackroot for the time being, go check Valley Entrance, maybe continue through Spider Sack. It's hard to say which is the correct call. I don't think there is a correct call at this point. You just have to sort of make a gut decision about where you want to check first.
Yeah, I'm curious if Dedew's gonna... Well, he's gonna wall jump up here to get this plant, but...
You can do that with single jump?
Yep. Oh, and he gets the water vein!
Wow.
Wow.
Dedew just must... Dedew may be suffering because his brain is so big it's got to cause him back pain, but there's his water vein.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna I don't think that's gonna keep Sigma for too long if he just wall jumps up there as well. But Valley entry, when you only have single jumps, like no double jumps, so you can't like check the XP easily. It's not too appetizing of a play, but
well, that's also an easy pickup. And the other thing is that Water Vein, it's obviously extremely valuable, but Dedew's not going to be able to go into the Ginso tree. He has currently no way at all to make it through the second room. He can't even do that ridiculous charge dash trick. He needs more abilities before he can traverse up there, which is fine because he has Blackroot, he has a ton of Grotto, he has a lot of things that could potentially give him that verticality that he needs before going to Ginso.
Yeah, so Sigma's almost done cleaning up the dash tree area, and wow, gets stomped. That is absolutely massive.
What's a stomp open up right now?
So Stomp will allow him to just go straight into Grotto, because I'm assuming he's going to do the sequence break to Raziel No after this is done. So it doesn't have to worry about going through the Death Gauntlet and...
He made the big play. There's a trick. If you get Charge Flame Burn, you can crouch on the left side of that Crusher and break the plant. Not in logic, but Sigma isn't a mastermind. He's not going to be held back by silly things like logic.
Okay, and there's another mapstone. Sigma's going to opt to keep it. I do like this. Early on, you want to just keep all your mapstones, like preferably up to 4 or 5, because those are the ones that you have easy access to.
Yeah, well, we've seen a pretty different run from Sigma and Dedew so far. I think we're going to see them not converge, but we're going to sort of start to see a bit of redundancy. Dedew is now hitting into Blackroot, an area that we've already seen full cleared by Sigma, at least, full cleared up through that dash tree and some of the pickups around it. Sigma is going to make his loop, grab the charge flame tree, grab wall jump.
Grab all his energy.
Well, Sigma's also going to get a clue at tree number 3. If it's the water vein, then that's pretty strong reason for Sigma to go check Valley entrance. Like earlier rather than later.
Here we go. Moment of truth. Are we going to get a water vein clue? But most likely we're going to see the Gumon seal, right? Because that's how it works. Okay, no, we get the Sunstone in Ginso. Okay, that is some valuable information. And I think they're like the runners are going to have a choice depending on what skills they have. Like they can go into Ginso and are essentially in go mode, but don't have bash and don't have charge jump. That pretty much gives you a hard cutoff at the bash tree. So that could be a gamble later on, depending on how like the skill mix turns up.
Yeah, I do want to mention Dedew had taken a small death in Blackroot down at the spot where everyone dies when you only have 3 health. Yeah, he had made a safety save, so it didn't cost him very much. Yeah, so Dedew is heading back in. He'll be heading towards the dash tree. I'll be curious to see if Dedew continues down to the boulder area, at which point he will maybe also be able to use Stomp to get into Grotto, whereas Sigma got his Stomp but then didn't stomp the peg quite yet.
Yeah, now we're getting some new information from Sigma's side. We get another map stone and a mega health in Spear Cavern. So if Sigma wants to, he can check the long flippers with that mega health.
I wonder if he will. It's valuable to use that temporary mega health while you have it. On the other hand, it's 1 pickup compared to a whole bunch left that's in logic. Sigma got that last pickup in Spirit Caverns and backed out because it doesn't make sense to try to open up the door when you already have the Grove Teleporter. Is going to open up the Death Gauntlet door, though.
Yeah, and he's going to use that mega health just to have extra safety doing this poison swim here. So 6 HP can take a comfortable time. He can get stomped by the Frankie. And fortunately can't keep it alive, so neither runner getting that, I guess, information advantage of finding out what is in the Death Gauntlet there. But, oh, Sigma has Stomp. That's right. I completely forgot.
It's okay. To be honest, I forgot too, but the person who didn't forget is Sigma.
And so he got a level up here, but looks like he's just going to leave that behind for later. Getting back to Death Gauntlets so close to start, not that big of a deal, so Sigma's just going to take that energy, take that level up, and continue on to Grotto. So.
It could also be the case that Sigma knows that he won't be able to full clear Death Gauntlet anyway. I mean, he could use Charge Flame Burn right now to get the pickup up top of the plant, but he can't get the health cell, so Sigma's like, pretty likely that you alter and come back to Grotto at least once through the Death Gauntlet in a seed like this. So not a huge deal unless it was really important, but probably not a huge deal.
Yeah, I just realized this, Grim, but we actually have info on where all the keys are. We got the Gumon seal. Right. We know like the Sunstone is somewhere in Ginso, and we got the Water Vein in Valley Entry. We're not even 12 minutes in.
Yeah. To that end,
sorry to interrupt. Sigma botched the cutscene, skip a little bit there, so had to do some creative jumping to get back up, but he does, and gets a keystone and probably some XP. When is anything ever valuable up here, Grim?
Oh, never, ever. The pickups you never check never screw you over.
9 XP, there you go.
Yeah. If I'm telling you, that 9 XP is the key to victory. Somehow it's the most important pickup in the game. Somehow.
So we're getting a little bit caught up on the walls. The walls in Grotto are just unusually slippery for some reason. And yeah, as we're getting some new information in Grotto from Sigma, Dedew is continuing on to the Raziel No area. So I wouldn't be surprised if he takes that Stomp pickup and just chooses to enter Grotto that way. Because with the current set of skills, a lot of Grotto is in logic. Not all of it, quite a bit.
Another energy cell for Sigma that's going to be a valuable energy refill and allow him, if he wants to clear out the Grotto vault to the left side. It looks like he is going to do so. Having 5 energy for this rather than 4 is valuable because it means you not only have safety saves, but you can get extra energy to break the plant as well as opening up the 4 energy door.
All right, and he gets another energy cell from the ability cell. Wow, he's got a zombie Ori to escape. He really wants that energy.
I think he can make this.
He did.
I wonder if that's something Sigma improvised or whether that's a known strat, because that's pretty ballsy, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I mean, 6 energy is definitely very nice to have. And now Dedew activating the teleporter and did open up the door, so we're going to see Mapstone 2 the turn in from him as soon as we get this. There's another energy cell from the Boulder XP, so man, all of the energy being available early on.
Well, it's worth pointing out as well, Dedew has, well, he's about to activate his second map altar, leaving him with 1 map stone remaining. Sigma has only activated 1, but he has 4 map stones in his possession, which means that immediately he can unlock every single map pedestal on the right side of the map if he so chooses. I doubt he'll do it for some time, but he has that available to him.
Yeah, it's just going to be, as he continues on, he's going to be grabbing this. I like this from Dedew, where he can't get back up to check the hanging XP, so he's going to save and reload, and so he can check both of them in one trip rather than leaving one behind.
Yeah, Dedew, by the way, making the same play to the left. It does make sense to be thorough. The reason is that they still need quite a few abilities. Oh my god, Sigma, you can do this?
Yeah, I've seen this a couple times, yeah, because having only wall jump, like no other verticality or horizontality movement options, you can't really get out of the left grotto area in Gumo's hideout. You're just kind of stuck because of those spikes, and they deal a ton of damage.
I've learned like 3 new things this seed already. This has been a learning experience for all of us, I think.
Yeah, we'll see what Dedew opts to do as well, but he set up a save anywhere. So yeah, Dedew is thinking the same thing, gonna take a death on the spikes, level up, and he's through. Very well done. We're gonna get Mapstone 3 here, 24 XP.
Fant, if you had to pick one pickup that you think Dedew and Sigma are waiting for, apart from all of them, what do you think, like, the next ability that they're
Oh no,
find is?
Dedew getting stuck in the crushers, but had a save there, so not that big of a deal. Now, Sigma did take the time to do the mini-boss. We'll see if Dedew opts to do the same. Just a keystone over there. And yeah, Dedew is going to proceed to the mini-boss.
Well, and I think the reasoning has to be got a little bit wrecked by the frog. I'm guessing Dedew's probably going to abandon, the mini-boss and head back in. Luckily, it wasn't important. At this point, I'm guessing that Dedew is thinking the same as Sigma, which is that they're rather starved on skills. So there's the rest of Grotto here. There are still other pickups available around the Spider Sack and other places, but at this point you really need some new abilities to be able to continue clearing the map efficiently.
And there's another mapstone, Grim.
Yeah.
we have 6 total mapstones between the 2 of them. Obviously, only 3 turned in. Dedew's slightly ahead on the turning, having gone to the Raziel No area to get that map pedestal. But now I wonder if we're going to see something show up on a map pedestal here.
Hard to say. There are a total of 9 map world, although there are 11 map stones, so that if the logic happens to bury something important on a map altar, you don't need to find literally all of them. It gives you a little bit of leeway, but getting more map stones early is just certainly welcome. Sigma now has enough for 6 total if he decides to go there, and Dedew, I guess maybe he saw it before since that was tree number 4, but now definitely has seen that Sunstone Ginso clue.
Yeah, so let's see. We have a couple options for where the runners can go. Dedew still has not done Spirit Cavern, so I think that's pretty attractive for him. And Dedew can also go through the Spider Sack area and clear quite a bit from the top of Swamp. Looks like Sigma here is going to head back into BRB. I think he's going to head to Raziel No, obviously, because there's nothing else he can do down here. And just start turning in map stones and making sure he doesn't leave one behind.
Yeah, a dash point isn't on the table. There's no way to reach it at the moment.
And Sigma already checked it, and there's the keystones.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot
about the Sea Flame Berm strats. Burn.
Sea Flame Berm strats. Sounds good to me. It can be difficult to decide where to go. Even something like Spirit Caverns is a pretty dense area. That said, there's that ability cell up top that Dedew's not going to be able to reach. So sometimes from a routing perspective, it can be tempting to put it off to try to find the skills to full clear it in one pass, although of course there's no guarantee that that'll happen. And it's not going to happen right now for Dedew. Neither runner has found double jump or charge jump or anything like that yet.
Yeah, so now we're seeing basically Sigma and Dedew even up on the skills. So now Dedew has covered the parts of Grotto that Sigma has covered. Now Sigma's finished up the Raziel No area. Looks like Dedew has a tiny bit of an advantage here, but really lacking any skills. It's going to be who finds that critical progression first. And Dedew teleporting to Moon Grotto could choose to head up, but there's only I think 1 pickup he can get over there, but likely going to get the things he missed on the way down, having done the Grotto entry via BRB. Actually, no. Where are you going?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, climbing up here is
Oh,
in
he's checking the
logic.
plant. Sorry.
Well, he's checking the plant. He could continue all the way
It's
around.
clean water.
Yeah, that's going to be valuable. Although breaking that plant, I'm not sure if it's probably in logic. Breaking it through the floor like that isn't in logic, but with Stomp, it's in logic, assuming you can get past the spikes safely, and I think you can. Which means Clean Water is probably in logic right now, and Clean Water, by extension, puts the 4 Energy Door and Death Gauntlet in logic. It puts that long Fake Flippers Energy Cell in logic. It puts the Coves thing in logic. Once they get into Swamp, that's now in logic.
Yeah, so like having Stomp and Charged Flame, it's not too difficult to break into Swamp via the lower route. You can take a couple damage boosts to get by the Spike Pits and then redirect a Spider Shot either with Stomp or Charged Flame, and you have Clean Water, so you just swim in.
I forgot all about that. I was thinking Top Root. I'm like, oh, they can't get in. They don't have Bash.
Yeah, the top route definitely off limits, but...
Well, that said, though, Fant, even getting to that location is very, very difficult at the moment.
Yeah, you're going to have to deboost quite a bit over those spikes.
Well, not just for the deboost, but baiting the Spider Shot at the correct angle with only single jump is very difficult. It can still be done, and it can still be... Well, I should say you can't bait the shot at the right angle, but you can use Sea Flame to redirect anyway. But I seriously doubt if Dedew or Sigma is going to go for it right now.
Yeah, there's still quite a bit more that is easier to get to, and we're seeing Dedew check that, and Sigma close behind here, so Sigma's gonna check all these pickups. Already got Clean Water, so really still completely evened up on the skills, and they're also evened up on Mapstone. I'm not sure how Sigma has so many more keystones here.
Should we there's another Mapstone for Dedew. And he backed out. He's not going to keep that Mapstone. And I think there's some logic to that play. The logic being he already has 3, which means he'll be able to get to Mapstone 6. It's possible, but it's unlikely that he will be barred from finishing the seed via anything past, Mapstone 7+. So he's just going to gamble that he doesn't need that one. And he might just find more Mapstones anyway. But yeah, the runners are almost in the same place. At this point, it might be worth taking a moment to take stock of what's left. Do you want to do that for a second?
Yeah, so we've got a couple plants available to us, mainly in the area Dedew is heading to right now, like the so-called Kuro cutscene outer swamp area. Technically Grove, but on the edge of swamp. So we got a plant there, we got a Mapstone there. With Clean Water now, that puts like the Butter Cell as an option. It puts the top of the Death Gauntlet as an option. Got another Mapstone turn-in, so that's Mapstone number 4. Granted, Mapstone 4 is currently out of logic with that sequence break to the Raziel No area. And there's also that plant right by that, the Grove Mapstone, or Mapstone pedestal, I should say.
Yeah, Sigma on the left had a nice, I don't remember whether that's Baby Iceless or Mini Iceless or whatever we're calling that weird jump next to the Grenade Lock pickup, but I think he got it first try. Dedew, meanwhile, watching that Kuro cutscene skip, he might be spelling something out with his mouse. I think it's a heart.
Yeah, it looks like a heart to me.
So it's not a word Sigma, so much as a symbol.
Dedew
but
loves Kuro, is what I'm getting out of this.
That's one interpretation. Maybe he loves the fact that the cutscene is almost over.
All right, so really quick, on the right, you're going to get some new information. There's that plant. We also got the Mapstone and the Horu Fields entry health cell, which looks like is Dedew's next destination.
Yeah, there's also just the whole spider sack, and that 4 energy door is definitely in logic.
Yeah, the worst part about that is there's no easy way to get there from this side. So if the progression truly is in there... Oh, there's Glide. Hey.
Yeah, Glide, again, super valuable. Still not progression. It's a very, very valuable pickup, don't get me wrong, but
it's okay. When we find Wind Restored from Mapstone 4 or the plant by the Mapstone...
Oh, okay, my God.
Yeah, see, there we go. Now, you got
Are you psychic? Tell me your secrets, Sam.
It's just lucky, man. Just lucky.
Don't be modest. Anyway, to do is, yeah, continuing to clear out these plants. He can't check that pickup right there. I mean, he could if he did Iceless, but only a mad.
Yeah, so now we can get... Yeah, we can get to the top of the tree there, but Dedew's gonna save that for later.
This is
pickup. We'll see if Sigma chooses to put that Wind Restored straight to use, and yeah, he is. He's heading back up, so he can float. Okay, never mind. He's gonna go check. Yes, he's going to check the Horu Fields health cell. Okay.
Well, so Fant, while Dedew is continuing to search, and we'll see what this energy cell is. It is just an ability cell. Who is in the lead right now? Do you think? Is it? I'd say Dedew, but not by much.
Well, I guess it depends if Sigma does this same play over through the Spider's Pegs area. But I think it makes sense to go check the Stomp Cell really quick, as well as the top of like the Kuro cutscene tree. as we call it, which looks like, yeah, Sigma's heading over there. So we didn't get this check. That's just an ability cell. So.
There is the butter cell too. Looks like Sigma's skipping it for the time being.
Yep. And
or he remembered. He remembered.
Okay. The jukes.
This pickup, clean water comes up so infrequently in any seed that it's easy to forget about. Like, I probably check this pickup in 1 out of like 30 to 40 seeds. It's extremely rare, so it's not surprising that Sigma forgot about it for just a moment.
Yeah, Sigma going to place a save right there, so if this turns out to be absolutely nothing, he can just save, scum it, reload, and be right back where he started. And
well, this is kind of a good loop because, well, sorry, from Dedew, I should say. Sigma got nothing. Dedew looped down through the Death Gauntlet roof back into this area. He can open up the 4 energy door underwater, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do. This isn't logic.
Now, I guess one other thing I don't think we saw was the glide vault. Did anybody go in there and climb to the top?
I don't think so, not yet.
Yeah, we've got a couple like pretty awful one-offs that we can check. We've got this one, Dedew's checking. Okay, there's dash right at the start, so
bam.
That's pretty big. So now that put Raziel in logic, and really the light grenade tree can be reached now. We'll see what Dedew chooses to do with it.
It seems like light grenade is the logical play. I mean, you have to get to the tree one way or the other. Dedew is teleporting to black roots. Might as well get it out of the way early. The only risk, which is not even really a risk, but the only concern going here is that the grenade pickup is not checkable at the moment. But I mean, it's unlikely to be anything, right?
Yeah. I'm curious what Sigma's going to do here. After he gets to Death Gauntlet, the 4 energy door is open, so he could just go left rather than altaring. And yeah, that's what he's going to do. Oh, no. Okay. Altaring, but he's at 1 HP. Okay, placing a save to get that regroup health, but accidentally runs into the 2 damage spikes. All right, so there is dash for Sigma. So yeah, Dedew, I'd say definitely slightly ahead here. Could be anybody's game. Now we've got charge dashes, got stomp cancels available, though only 1 because we don't have double jump.
Yeah, nice saves from there by Dedew. Got teleported all the way back up, since it takes quite a while to climb that Lost Grove column without it. Dedew also has charge dashing, as you said, which means he can rocket jump, get up here real quick. I'm guessing he'll maybe drop the save, then go check the experience orb. The bird is just kind of getting in his way for just a moment. But Sigma is hot on Dedew's heels, barely avoided death by laser.
And there's charge jump. Wow.
See, but that means that Sigma's about to get it too. Yeah,
but one big difference, I guess, between the two is now Dedew has all the key information. He knows where Sunstone is. And if it's not in the Ginso escape, which, who are we kidding? The Sunstone's going to be in the Ginso escape, of course.
It's definitely going to be in the Ginso escape.
So, like, Dedew can, like, start rushing stuff on that gamble that it's not in the escape. I think once climb is found, or climb and double jump, you don't need bash, and you can like safely get through the escape. See what we do.
I have something else that I feel is important to bring up, and it rhymes with me stones. do you see what it is that I'm thinking?
So Dedew currently at 6 keystones, Sigma at 9, but I don't think that's too big of a deal, because if Dedew does opt to go into Ginso now, like on that gamble that he can get to the Sunstone in like the first half or not far after it, he can key dupe on the second key door and gets it. Doesn't have to worry about the first one.
That's true. Yeah, with key duping, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's also possible that the Sunstone's like the first pickup there, although...
Oh, and there's another keystone. He's fine. He's totally fine.
I mean, as we know from every single race, that Ginso Tree never seems to have any stupid keystones. So, okay, there's 8. Never mind. Never mind, it's fine. Check this out, though. Dedew is actually going to go to Swamp first, I think, rather than going to Ginso, which, fair enough.
This is perfectly fine. You know, having charge jump and stomp and clean water, pretty much everything in here is in logic, with the exception of the grenade pickup at the very end. Everything else can be gotten. You know, glide and wind restored, just an easy float up to the top. You know, if Dedew so chooses, can go grab a fish and rocket jump up on it. But yeah, Sigma's going to do the lower route instead. I like this because he still has a couple pickups to check. And
yeah, that death was intentional. Yeah, the death was intentional so that he can get into Swamp proper faster using a charge jump rather than swimming around, which he could do with clean water, but it's faster to do this and gets him instantaneous access to map 4. Very important, though, Sigma found the Valley teleporter. So that's 1 point for Sigma, but the other point for Dedew is that Dedew has the water vein and Sigma doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a water vein clue yet. And we've got the Gumon seal information from tree number 6, so Sigma's not going to get that info. So it's good that Sigma has the Valley teleporter, but that's going to vastly sway him away from Valley entry where the water vein is hiding.
That's a good point. That's a very, very good point. It might not matter, to be honest. The reason is that Sigma currently has, except for Bash, he has pretty much everything that he needs to clear, most of the left side, which means that he could probably get to the point where he has his water vein clue without being too disadvantaged. That said, the water vein
grenade.
Yeah.
For D2 right from the stomp cell. And yeah, D2 is going to head into Ginso.
Now, we know that no keys are grenade locked because, as we've said several times, all key locations are known. We don't know about skills. Right now, Bash is the most important skill to find. Double jump is secondary after that. Arguably climb, but it's really double jump and Bash that you want.
Yeah, so I think with these skills, if the Sunstone is an escape, that's going to be a pretty big deal. I don't think D2 can get up there. And a couple of the pickups can be retrieved relatively easily, but if it's like the last one at the end, that's going to be really hard to do.
Yeah, I guess this might be advantageous to Sigma. It all depends on exactly where that Sunstone is. So as Dedew climb and starts to clear out some pickups, most of them being the 4 keystones right at the end before the Bash tree, do pay attention to those pickups. Almost got the redirect perfectly. Meanwhile, Sigma did a very clever death plane skip in order to get Feather early and make it much easier to rise up to the top and break those rocks. Without doing the kill plane skip, he would have a much harder time getting up there.
And D2 having a little bit of trouble here trying to do the charge dash or charge flame redirect of the shot, and ran out of energy, so he's going to reload and go for it again. Let's see if he can pull it off. Yeah, this is a very difficult trick, pretty precise to do, but is that good? Oh, just barely off.
So what I'm curious about now,
there we go,
fans.
he got it. Okay.
Yeah, what I'm curious about, looks like Sigma is going to go to Sorrow first. Nice rocket jump to climb a little bit faster rather than going to Misty, which I think is pretty logical. Misty is an area that is, in this instance with this skill set, probably harder to do than Sorrow without Bash.
Yeah, I think really Sigma's plan right now is that just to get to that 9th tree and find out where the water vein is. It takes a long time to clear Sorrow. It takes a long time to clear like the second half of Misty. So by doing this, he's basically minimizing the amount of time he's spending searching for the water vein. He's just getting like via pickups immediately on the way to the trees and skipping everything else. And I think this is gonna be pretty good and keep him into it.
Well, meanwhile, Dedew has made it all the way to the Bash tree, has not yet found the Sunstone, although he can continue quite a ways with charging up with Stomp. He can clear everything. Not that experienced either, so there are, I think, 5 more pickups before the second key door. Does that sound right?
4, 5, 6. I think there's 7. We got the 4 keystones, this XP, the energy cell, and the other XP.
Okay. So it could be any of these.
Still no Sunstone.
Yeah, if it's not this... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so if it ends up being in the escape, this could be tough. I mean, statistically, it's unlikely, but hey, it's randomizer. Anything can happen. We still haven't found it yet. So now we got the keystones. Now, Dedew is going to have to do a bunch of damage boosts here to make it through the keystone area. And he's only at 4 HP, so this is going to be kind of rough. Oh, there it is. Wow, the second keystone in Ginso, giving Dedew the Sunstone. So that's pretty much go mode for Dedew here.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and check these pickups anyway because it could be Bash and it's worth taking the second while you're here just to verify. It is trying to get that charge jump. The charge jump is not cooperating with him. He'll get it in a moment, though.
Yeah, so I think it's not over yet by any means, but it's going to depend on how long it takes Sigma to find that water vein. And having the Valley teleporter, I think he's going to be more likely to check like the bottom of Valley, a couple of those pickups there, and then maybe pull the lever and head into the Valley entry to check it. He's still going to have to check a bunch of these pickups in Misty because he has no idea where it is.
Yeah, I don't think that Sigma will continue past it, and in fact, this will be tree number 9 for him, right? Once he gets to climb?
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's intentional, by the way, for Sigma to come in and Misty
definitely.
For tree 9. That means that if it happened to be in Misty, which it's not, but if it was, Sigma could just continue on his merry way, as opposed to backing out of Misty halfway and then having to do a revisit or something, but not going to be the case in this seed, of course.
Yeah, I think after collecting the climb tree and getting that water vein clue, we're probably going to see Sigma take the Valley Teleporter again and check a couple of those pickups that are just like really, really fast and easy to get.
Well, it's tricky. I don't know. We've also seen at least one runner get a little bit screwed by the water vein being in Valley entrance as opposed to Valley proper. So is that Sigma might decide to go check Valley entrance just on a whim or something like that. You know, it's hard to say. He could even do like a super long range save scum if he wanted to be particularly ambitious about it.
Yeah, and LostDedew not having that Valley Teleporter is going to have to spend quite a bit of time getting up to Valley this way. He has Stomp, so going to have the Kuro kill plane active.
But getting up here, how is he going to do this with only 4 health?
Yeah, this is going to be problematic. Does he have... He's 2 ability points short of Ultra Defense. So yeah, this is going to be... I'm not even sure if he can do this.
I don't know if he can either. Dedew could have done some kind of zombie Ori, but I don't know if that's going to be feasible. Like, I don't know if this is going to be possible. With Climb, it might be, but they don't have Climb. While Dedew is attempting this, Sigma did travel back to the Valley Teleporter, so he's not going to go to Valley Entry immediately. He's going to try to rocket jump and check a number of these pickups along the way, which does make sense statistically, even though, of course, he's not going to find the water vein here.
Yeah, I think it's a good play, just unfortunately not the right play in this context. We still have a couple skills out there, you know, could find double jump, could find climb, extra air dash, that'll be a nice one.
Yeah, nice job by Sigma, not only with the rocket jump, but with the well-placed wall jump to avoid damage. That death was intentional. To head back down, he's probably going to go check this underwater pickup. If that's not it, he'll probably exit and reload again to go down to the bottom of the valley, maybe even go all the way along the path to Forlorn, although without Bash, you won't be able to go too far on that route, which is good.
Yeah,
right?
I think
Because
what
it
makes
leads
sense.
into Valley Entry.
Yeah, I think what makes sense for Sigma to do right now is to check those 3 pickups in Valley Entry. And I think the one on Kuro's perch is technically Sorrow, right? So it wouldn't be there. So he can check all of these, but if he goes right, he can check a couple pickups along the way and just pull the lever to get over to 3 pickups in Valley Entry very fast. I think that's pretty appetizing.
Oh, that's a good point. I always forget about going kind of backwards through the route.
But we'll see what he chooses to do. Definitely. So he's continuing on. Doesn't have Bash or Climb, so can't really... Oh, wait, is he going to Terror Break this?
He's going to Terra break it. This is not a play that you see every day.
Gets a health cell, all right, so not too bad. Let's see. Yeah, he's pulling the lever here, so going to be pretty close to that water vein if he goes that direction.
By the way, Sigma also, yep, he is wonderful. Sigma also doesn't have Grenade, which means that, you know, that's another incentive to go this way as opposed to the Forlorn path.
So it's a little baby rocket jump there. A little bit too close to the birds. Yeah, here
By the way,
go.
this pickup,
so close to it.
The dude didn't check that because he only had wall jump at the time.
Oh wait, Sigma, no. Oh, is he? He's just gonna charge.
He's going to check.
He's fine. He's fine. And there it is. That's the water vein.
He's Sigma. He's not going to forget the plans. Meanwhile, Dedew is just continuing to check pickups without that Valley Teleporter. It's actually proving to be far more problematic than I think either of us had anticipated. Dedew just doesn't have a good way to get to the left side of the map. So even though he's already found his Sunstone and by extension gotten the Bash tree, Sigma is going to be able to clear everything in Ginso very, very quickly with charge jump and all that.
Yeah, you know, with the Valley TP being located like right before Swamp and that hanging XP, like Dedew's already checked almost everything else there. He's going to have very little incentive to go back to it. Hey, there's Climb. That's actually going to help quite a bit. I don't think it's enough to get him through, but that is grenade jump access. So if you...
I mean, for Dedew at this stage in the race against this kind of opponent, it might be enough. Dedew knows that he has everything he needs except for trees. All he has to do is just get to the end, and that's about all there is to it. Even if it's painful, once he gets past this barricade, everything else is going to be fine for someone of his skill level.
Yeah, but I don't think it's enough because Sigma's already collected 9 trees, is in Ginso, so we'll be getting his 10th tree as well as the Sunstone pretty fast here. Whereas Dedew still has 3 trees to go. Climb, Misty, and Feather. So Feather and Climb are pretty fast, but Misty always takes quite a while. All right, here we go.
Nice
is he gonna
perch.
Is he gonna get up there? Come on.
I had no idea you could stand there.
He got it. Nice.
Well done. I'm not going to clap because it'd be, you know, loud and annoying through the microphone, but like pretend that I'm clapping. That was very impressive.
Okay, now Dedew, please place a save.
Yeah, he had to wait for the soul link, but
Oh, all right.
See, the problem is, I think I agree with you. That's very well done by Dedew, but just that one, I hesitate to call it a miss because that implies that Dedew made a mistake. But just the fact that he happened to not find the Valley TP and also didn't find Bash prevented him from going left side, and that turned the early advantage into something that he might not be able to reconcile.
Yeah, there's that 10th tree for Sigma here. It just needs to make it up to the second keystone area, and we'll have that sunstone. And with 7 HP, a million energy, literally a million. But the game can only display 9 right now, Grim.
Yes, that's how computers work. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. So, in very short order, Sigma's going to be in full go mode, having that sunstone. And lacking bash can be and double jump. Don't get me wrong, that's a difficult escape. It's not going to be free, but Sigma's pretty used to these low skill situations.
Sigma's, I was going to say could grenade jump, but he can't because Sigma doesn't have grenade or climb. It's going to be the lantern room is going to be difficult for Sigma, but he can do it. Well, he can do it, I'm sure. Dedew, meanwhile, sorry to interrupt. Dedew did take a costly death, so lost him even more time.
Yeah, I think Sigma's going to have to just do a damage boost in the elemental room. And having clean water, that's the last point he needs HP. So he can just do a couple charge dashes through, charge a charge jump, take 1 tick of fire damage, and move in. Doesn't even need ultra defense for it.
I wonder where Bash was this seed.
Let's see, what didn't we check? We've never checked the ability cell in Spirit Caverns. Maybe that was...
It could be. It could also be a number of the grenades.
Oh yeah,
out of the way, but they're unfortunately in logic because grenade itself was, I believe, in logic if I recall correctly.
Yeah, pretty much all of the grenade pickups would be in logic, and all of them very far out of the way. Could have been Glazer. We never made our way over there. Lots of options here, but I don't think we're ever gonna find it. So.
No, I would agree. Dedew had an easier time breaking that barricade. Sigma did, because Dedew has climb charged up, whereas Sigma had to do a terra break, but Sigma's already entered Mount Horu. Can he get a first try door warp? Find out in about 1 millisecond. He cannot.
Nope.
Can he get a second try door warp? He cannot. Third try is the charm. Just kidding. Fourth try is probably the charm.
Okay, just ignore the action on the left. We'll focus on Dedew, so when Sigma gets it next time, okay, yeah, you got it.
The trick to get door warp is don't try too hard.
Don't acknowledge it. Don't
acknowledge it, and it will work. That's how it works. Yeah, with that though, Sigma is into the final escape. As you mentioned, Fant, this isn't going to be the easiest final escape, but it will certainly be doable. It might require... Well, to be honest, I'll be curious to see how Sigma does it. There's really only one room that's challenging. I think it's the lantern room.
Well, the lantern room, all he needs to do is just charge jump around here on the left, wait out the fire pillar, and then a charge jump alone with some charge dashes will get him through. But unfortunately, he already took a hit there.
Well, so no, that's okay.
That's fine.
He had to do that to get enough height. He had to be on a higher platform. The base one would not be enough without double jump.
Yeah, so yeah, that elemental room, that's going to be the pain, because you have a tendency to get stuck underneath the damage plane. You need to, after taking a damage, you need to pretty much have your charge jump already charged up to make it through consistently. And with 2 hits there, yeah, he needs to save at least 1 damage boost for that elemental room.
That's right. Reminder that the water's clean, which means that as long as Sigma gets past this, he is in the clear. He can also easily... well, can he easily get to the very end? He probably can, right?
Yeah. Once he gets through the elemental room, the rest is pretty smooth sailing.
How does he climb the final area? He doesn't have bash. Can he actually charge jump enough to get up and around?
Good point, Grim.
This might be harder than we thought.
Yeah, lacking climb, it's a little bit more difficult, but Sigma's having a lot of trouble with this escape here, and Dedew has now collected the 10th tree.
That's right. Dedew will not have the same problems. Dedew doesn't have bash, so it'll be, comparable. In some ways, Dedew also doesn't have double jump, but with climb, this will be much, much easier. With grenade, Dedew will also be able to do a grenade jump at the end. Anyway, Sigma made it past that time. He does now have enough health. He just has to get through here. He's going to charge flame.
Oh, yeah.
Almost got there.
That's really tough to do because you need to get like that pre-charged charge jump to make it through. But Dedew is like fast approaching the final escape here, and having climb, that's going to make things a lot easier. And right into the fire pillar. Oof.
This is do or die for Sigma, and I don't just say that because he has taken some deaths in this escape. Remember that both of these runners are 3-0, so it's not like bracket contention is in order. Nice job by Sigma there to take no damage at all. But I mean, if he doesn't get that jump, I guess he can backtrack and try again. But otherwise, he just has to, you know, take a death. Here he is, another attempt at the fire run.
Sigma's door is quickly closing because Dedew also has grenade jumps, and that's going to be quite the time save at the end. So I think if like Sigma doesn't get this right now and like Dedew gets a first try door warp, Dedew has a very real chance of just taking it due to that grenade jump advantage.
It has to be this attempt, and like I said, Dedew got a first try door warp. Wow.
And oh yeah, Sigma's almost out of energy too. He's not going to be able to charge dash, so he's going to have to take a death. And if Dedew takes this cleanly, first try, well, he can even do this a little bit slowly and take his time because that grenade jump is massive.
To be quite honest, I'm still more concerned about the final room. I mean, Sigma knows more about this than I do, but I don't know how you get past the final part.
So Sigma needs to do this here. And he made it. Oh man. Oh man, this is going to be so close.
Here we go, Dedew pulling off a nice grenade jump to get around. Got
and
out
Dedew
of the
is
fire
through as well.
But this is it. This is it. Pay attention to Sigma. He can despawn Kuro. That's not the problem. How is he going to get up to the? How is he going to get up to the wall?
He's going to need to go off of the right side here, I think. But it has fire, and he takes a death. And Dedew is in the escape and has climbed. This is going to be pretty trivial for him. Oh wow.
Yeah, as it turns out, there is a spot you can stand on the left, but it just isn't high enough.
And Sigma alt-firing out, saying he can't do it. He needs another skill, and Dedew's just on the grenade jump. And there it is. Dedew has done it and will run away with the victory. Wow, what a finish, Grim.
Good comeback by Dedew. Of course, he doesn't know it was a comeback, but when you watch us back, good comeback. And GG, he'll be finishing up with something sub 40, 46, I think. Maybe low 46.
Yeah, just, really, I think it came down to that Valley teleporter, kind of like a blessing and a curse at the same time. For Dedew, it caused him a lot of trouble earlier when he had to find a way just to get over to like the main valley area and those 3 remaining trees. But for Sigma, having that Valley teleporter, didn't have to go on a search for it and ended up missing out on climb. And, that's really it. Not having climb there in that final escape, just wasn't able to pull it off.
Could also be the case that at this point, Sigma is searching for Bash. Dedew did finish, and I saw a GG from Sigma in chat, so Sigma is aware of the results of this race. Again, they're both already confirmed for the bracket, so Sigma, lost the race, but he will be going to the elimination brackets anyway, so no, lasting harm to him.
Yeah. I feel... No, I feel bad now for like the 3-1 stage. Sigma is a terrifying opponent.
That is true. Yeah, so for Sigma to finish this out, he would need climb, as we said, or he would need bash. Technically speaking, what he was trying to do is possible using the right wall, but it's extremely, extremely difficult. At least I think it's possible.
Yeah, it is. It's just...
Oh, wait. Sorry, Sigma quit. I didn't notice.
Yeah, it's...
Sorry. I guess I should have realized by the fact that he was sitting there paused. My mistake.
Yeah, at this point, Sigma knows what he needed to get and just didn't need to worry about going and finding.
Well, I see Dedew in our on-deck channel. We'll see if we can have a chat with Sigma as well. He may be flustered after that race. I can't read his mind. That's for him to decide. But one way or another, we'll be talking to at least Dedew. So I just want to take a minute and kind of see if Sigma's going to join as well.
But man, what a finish, Grim. Just we thought for sure it was like Sigma's gonna have it, then we slowly realized it's like, wait a minute, this escape is actually gonna be terrible. And just locking that one skill is what made the difference.
All right, looks like Sigma is gonna sit out, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull in Dedew. Hey Dedew, GG. Congrats on your victory. I think Dedew is muted.
Or could be in shock, that too. I mean, this has been quite the race, and going up against Sigma, I mean, my nerves would just be off the charts here. So, all right, Dedew,
Hey, thanks.
are you there? All right, we got him.
Yes, I'm unmuted.
GG, tell me what you thought about the seed.
Oh man, what a seed. Like, when we got Charge, Flame, and Wall Jump, like, the entire right side was open. So it was basically, like, clean the areas as good as you can and try to be lucky, basically.
Yeah, so Dedew, I just want to ask really quick here. So you hit kind of a wall, like towards the end of the seed, having access to like the left side, the main part of the valley, having only 4 HP and charge jump and like no real skills to make it through that quarter. Like, what was going through your head? Like, were you just determined to get it? At what point, or what skills did you really want to find to go and get it? Obviously, Bash would be easiest, but you did some pretty impressive stuff with Climb there, I must say.
Yeah, I was like, Climb was okay. I was looking for Climb, and Bash would have been nice too, but like, Climb would give me grenade jumps, so that's always fun. And I was thinking about going right and checking that pickup, then going into the valley entrance. And in the end, I just went straight for valley because I was pretty sure I could do it, but I couldn't. So it was pretty sad. But yeah, I'm pretty glad I found Climb in the end. I don't know how Sigma did, but like, you could basically find every skill in a different order. It was so weird.
Yeah, so Climb basically was the deciding factor of this race. Is quite the interesting sequence of like who's ahead based on pickups, and if you want to go over that really quick, the teleporter location and the Climb, all that.
I will leave that for Dedew to find out when he watches it back, if you watch it back.
Yeah, I will probably after this one before the next one, because Muffin against Trojan is going to be insane too.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, I have a question for you Dedew. Back at the start of the seed, quite a bit opened up pretty early on. Like, you had got a wall jump and the Grove teleporter and 4 energy. How did you decide where to go first? If I recall correctly, you went to like the Charge Flame Tree, and then you went kind of around the Swamp Loop before going to Black Root, right?
Yeah, the start of the seed was kind of a mess. Like, I didn't know where to go, like, since everything was open. I tried to clean everything pretty efficiently. I don't really think I did, but I'm pretty happy because I ended up finding like glide and basically like finding glide and wind release like right next to each other was really nice. But I was convinced that Sigma found it earlier. I was thinking that he probably went into the right side to Spider Sack, and that he found it right away and then had a 10-minute lead on me or something.
Yeah, so Sigma, of course, is a terrifying opponent to anybody, and having that knowledge that you're going up against him, did you like change any of your strats? You tried like metagame anything like based on how he likes to play, or you just kind of like, I'm gonna play the randomizer as I play it, and whatever happens, happens?
I've been doing a lot of seeds lately where I've been rushing trees very fast. With a minimal skill set, because I knew that I won't have time to check a lot of pickups, and trying to be lucky and doesn't really work always. So yeah, but I felt like I had to be I had to check a lot of pickups this seed on the right side, because like everything could be progression. So I checked a lot of pickups instead of skipping. I always skipped like a few because there are very long one-offs to get, so I didn't think they were worth it, but yeah, basically that's it.
Sure. Well, one more question. With that win, you are now 4-0. Are you going to go 5-0?
I'm gonna try.
That's a good answer.
I said it last seed, or like last race, I'm pretty sure. I was trying to go for 5-0. Could be fun.
Well, you know what? I hope you do, whoever your next opponent happens to be. But GG on this race and chatting with him.
Thanks. GG again to Sigma.
Yeah, definitely GG to both of you guys. So that's going to do it for this particular broadcast. Thank you to Gris for restreaming. Thank you to Grease and Spark on Truck. So Fant, what's coming up next for Ori?
Yeah, and about 2 hours from now at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we're going to have the other 3-0 match to see who's going to be going up against Dedew here. And that's going to be Trojan Dude versus Covert Muffin right here on Speed Gaming 4. Should be a great race.
That's right. Thank you for watching. Everyone should go watch Cal Fire on Speed Gaming 1 for a little while and then come or later this evening. We will see you all later.